seems like social media is bubbling up again with people taking sides. It's the Roseanne Barr issue seems to have again opened up the divisive nature of social media. I'm not happy about it. I'm talking about it today, and I might talk about it more, but I wonder if I talk about it, is that me now buying into it, me talking about how everybody is diametrically opposed to a degree, is me also feeding into it, even though I'm trying to pull them back towards a place where we're together, because we're always stronger together. A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. So I'm trying to pull people back together, and I'm going to talk about it, but I'm choosing not to have specific morning streams which are about social media. But I am concerned that there are forces, there are groups, there are individuals, there are whole entire governments which are focusing an effort to divide us. So we can talk about bots, and I had a recent experience with social media bots. We have an Instagram page for our business, and last week our numbers went up hugely. It was, for a while, it was like notification, 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 new person, new follower, new da-da-da, new da-da-da. And then it stopped. And then the numbers went down, 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 down. Well, those were the bots. The bots came in, and they were undoubtedly buying likes for other people. Because one of the things you do is somebody follows you, you follow them back. Somebody likes, you look into their little profile, you say, okay, and you like them. You have people who, I'm not sure as it happens a ton on Facebook, but I've had lots of people send me friend requests, and I look to see, do I know you? Do other people that I know you? Who is this? And because I want my life to be out there, I'm pretty open about becoming friends with people as that I have a connection which is not a first degree connection, so maybe a second degree, and finding out, or they're connected to several people I am connected to, but not people I've known for a long time or been associated with, so they became friends and social media friends, and I actually know who they are. Haven't actually met with them face to face, but when I meet them, it will be, oh, cool, glad to finally put a face, a voice to this image I have in my head of who they are. So the bots came in, and we recognized pretty quickly, not quickly probably enough, but we knew that they were bots. And so it was a matter of how long are they going to come? And do we, try to take that and like people back, and will that, are these real people? Because at first we didn't know. So we did a bunch of kind of follow back, like back, whatever. And then we pretty quickly recognized this wasn't real. They weren't real people. Well, that is the same process which is going on in order to create situations where we believe someone should be believed. So the bots come in, they work really hard to get followers for whoever this person is, because that's what bots are doing. They're trying to essentially not buy likes, but probably buy likes. And so they're trying to get large followings for these people, who then become what we refer to as influencers. And then and some of the influencers aren't even real people. They're set up, it's an account, and then the bots are sent out to create large following, and then that account is used to send out messages which divide. And the divisiveness goes on both sides, so don't believe that what is happening is if you believe one side, that the other side is being agitated, because that's not how it works. You too are being agitated. They are working to create an environment where your opinions, your thoughts will move in a certain direction. And they're really good at it. They're much better at it than you are, unless you are this data scientist who works on understanding psychographic profiles. And if you don't know what psychographic is, it's kind of the sister or brother of demographics. So demographics are your age, your gender, your income level. Those types of things are demographic. Psychographic things are, do you buy a new car every 3 years? Do you spend a lot of money on credit cards going out to dinner? Are you someone who regularly chimes in on the latest movie? Those types of things are your psychographic profile. And these institutions, individuals, are really good at understanding us. We might think we are unique, but we are not nearly as unique as we believe. Every one of us can be put into a box. I learned that a decade ago when we were doing a project in-house with something. So watch out. Social media isn't real good. It's part of why this stream exists. It exists to talk about things other than politics, to talk about how do we interact with our kids, how do we interact with friends, what's a situation when we have a parent who's going through a health crisis, or we lose someone who is very close to us. All of those things are hugely important, are ultimately more important than what the liberal conservative media generally portrays things as, and what the biases are. And because the reality is, most of us who are living in that world are living in silos, and we talk about the other side as the other side is evil, but all we really know is the other side via what is said by our side. It was, I don't know, yesterday, might have been, day before yesterday, former President Barack Obama took a hit for a comment that he apparently made of him being ahead of his time and people wanting really just to kind of backtrack to their tribes. And he said maybe, but we'll leave that aside because this isn't a comment on him. It's a comment on what he was trying to say. We are at a time where people are retreating to their camps, where people are moving back into their silos, where what they see is through the roof, which is very narrow. And there can be another silo right next to you. And it too is there. And you're not connected, and you're not seeing what they're seeing. And that's too bad. One of the great things about the U.S. back in the 60s and the 50s and into the 70s was the limited amount of programming we could see. So there was news. There was ABC, NBC, CBS. That was it. And then there was, the public broadcast system. That was it. And you watched your local news, and then you watched the national news. And everybody watched The Wide World of Disney, and everybody watched Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. And everybody watched Leave It to Beaver and the Cosbys. We can talk about Cosby later. But those shows, those programs where there was something in common. You went to school and you were talking about last night's episode of Knight Rider or whatever it happened to be. When MTV came out, you watched the same videos, but that was kind of the departure away. And I wonder if the disconnect almost didn't happen between kids and parents. Because for forever, at least in my world, I don't know about your world, but there was a good TV, and there might have been some other satellite TVs. So in our case, we ended up with a 25-inch color console TV, and then I think we had a 19-inch black and white TV that was someplace else. So there were 2 TVs in the house. And if you wanted to watch something on television in color in the evening or on the weekend, you were watching what one of my parents wanted, probably more my dad than my mom. So you watched the news, you watched whatever was coming on one of those major channels in the evening. When I got to watch stuff was when I got home from school before anybody was there if I watched TV. So I watched the UHF channels. I remember, I think, actually when Channel 25 came on in the Massachusetts area, that was my big moment. And I got to watch Speed Racer and Kimba the White Lion and some shows like that. And that was really cool. That was finally getting to watch my TV. But I didn't think of it as my TV. I just thought I was getting to watch some cool other shows. To me, Wide World of Sports on Saturday afternoon, and the agony of the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and watching the guy fall off the ski ramp. And if you're of my age, you know the guy who fell off the ski flying ramp and crashed, because that was just part of everybody's world. It wasn't the liberal world. It wasn't the conservative world. It was the world. And we've moved away from that. And social media has enabled us to move away from that. And we need to move back to a place where we're together, where we have some shared experiences which everyone can relate to. I got into it the other day about Second Amendment with someone who is a good friend. I consider him a good friend. I see him pretty much every time I get back to Massachusetts. Don't interact with him other than social media at other times, and he believes what one of these camps are. And it is apart from what I believe, because I believe I'm in the center, so I don't really care which camp you're in. I don't believe everything that you believe, because it's just how it is. I believe some of this side and some of that side. So it was one of those instances where I think I am more on the other side than where this person is. But one of the things I said and thought was, next time I'm back in Massachusetts, guess what? We're going to go have a beer. And we're going to joke, and we're going to talk about the old days playing softball and what some of the people are doing now, which we were friends with then. And some of those people, I don't even know whether they're, what their political leanings are. And I don't care. Because what my relationship with them isn't based on whether they believe we should have more guns or less guns, whether we believe that someone has a right to an abortion or not, whether someone believes that people of the same sex should be able to cohabitate in a family kind of way, the same way that traditionally has been called family. I don't care where those people are on those issues. As a matter of fact, I don't care whether they actually live one of those ways. Doesn't matter whether they live as an unmarried couple as male-female, whether they are a married couple, male-female, married couple, male-male, female-female. I don't really care which one of those is your paradigm. All I care about is we did some really cool stuff back in the day, and I want to have my Throwback Thursday as a real-life talk about stuff with people who are in my space, not through sitting on a keyboard and posting a picture. Take that crap, get rid of that crap. So if you catch me, if you become a follower and you are a friend of mine on social media and you catch me posting those throwback pictures, please call me out on it, because while I love the memories, I have become that person who loves it, pops up and it brings joy to me. But I don't need to then throw that back out there. I'm not looking back, throwing back to you who I was. I want you to look at who I am and think maybe there's some value to sharing some time with me. That's what I got for that one. I'm out of time. Watch out for your social media. Enjoy your summer. Take, and I don't know if I have one, but take this thing and move it away from you. I actually don't have email on my phone anymore. I decided I don't want my phone to be something that I'm constantly looking at. The funny thing happened is I often don't know where my phone is anymore. And I'll think, when was the last time I used my phone? And I'll realize, wow, I haven't used my phone for 5 hours. And because I do video a lot, it's important to not be interrupted by phones ringing. So my phone stays on silent too. So the only time I actually see it is if I go to look at it. I want my phone to be about talking to people. It is a little bit about checking social media when I'm out and there are certain things that I need to look at, but it is not about political conversations with people. I do that when I'm annoyed. When I get bored and I'm in a pissed off mood, that's when I get on and I look at social media and I get into it, and it turns me back into being an arrogant ass. So if I'm on there and I'm doing that, it is because I'm in a bad mood, and I suspect other people, when they're doing it, is because they're in a bad mood too. So we're not getting the best of people in those situations. At least we're certainly not getting the best of me. You're getting the worst of me. So as summer goes along, please take those things, smartphones, which cause us to not be so smart, and put them away. And have a great weekend. And enjoy your time with your family, with your friends, being out at the beach. It's going to be a scorcher here tomorrow. I haven't looked today to see what they're now saying it is, but it's fluctuated between them saying it was going to be 102 and 106 tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a really, really, really hot day here tomorrow. I'm not planning on going outside a whole lot, not taking camera out. So I might take the drone out. Love flying the drone anytime. It just brings joy. So if you have a drone, you live in the Texas area and you want to get out with me, let's go find a place to fly our drones, have fun, get some good footage, maybe put together a video. If you're living somewhere else, those of you up in New England, saw a lot of you getting your boats in the weekend, over the weekends, the last couple of weeks. Please get out there, enjoy it. I bet the water is still real cold. But, here, some people I know didn't go to the lake last weekend because they said the water was too cold. I'm sure the water is warmer in the lake here than it gets in the middle of the summer in the lakes in New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts. So, Maine. So, enjoy your weekend. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you for sharing your time with me. It was truly an honor that anytime you take some of your time and give it to someone else, I hope that they appreciate it as much as I appreciate any time that you're spending with me. Have a wonderful day. And apparently my little controller over here has gone off and it's no longer able to let me sign off. So I've got to put it back together here and hopefully it will connect. Nope, not going to. That's unfortunate. So, oh well. I'm going to unhook my microphone. I forgot. Peace.